Welcome back to my channel, y'all. This is Henri, and this is Destinations Unknown 75. So let's get right into this video for today. First off, late video. My apologies. Very late. I just barely got back home. got back home. I just took a shower, washed my hair, and then ate some lunch. So just now doing a video is as soon as that I was able to. But I got some explaining to do. So we'll first talk about the shift last night at Whataburger. So let's see. So it wasn't too much going on yesterday. It was a normal shift. Nothing really, out of the ordinary to discuss. And so I think I will kind of talk about something else. So let's see. So we're still going to talk about Whataburger, but I'm going to kind of start this conversation off like this. So not to be taken the wrong way, but working in fast food, in my opinion, guys, is not good. It's not good if you have other experiences in the job field. If you don't have anything and, if it's only been fast food, then maybe it's okay. But I'm coming at this from a perspective of a person who has a lot of other skills, which I guess it would be considered being overqualified, mainly because I worked at a lot of fast food places in the past. Those were like my startup jobs, in my early 20s. And so I pretty much mastered them. I mastered them way back then. I kind of graduated from that into kind of like a different type of fast food, like Boston Market. So did that. That was interesting. It was fun. It was easy. Worked at Luby's. I don't know if y'all have heard of Luby's. If you guys are out here in Texas, you guys have heard of Luby's. Luby's was a good place. Step up from Boston Market, definitely, in its own way. A lot more skill, I think, is involved working at Luby's because you're making home style cooking. But fast food, if you are older, more mature, and you've been elsewhere, construction, warehouse work, that kind of stuff, guys, then when you go back to fast food, it's just like, dang, man, it's not something that you really enjoy. Mainly because there's a big age difference most of the time. Most of the time, excuse me. And so that can cause some conflicts, to some degree. It gets a little annoying because a lot of times, if the younger people are not managed correctly, stuff doesn't get done right by them. But it's got to get done by somebody. So who gets it? Who has to do it? The people that come after them normally is how that works. So what happens, guys, if you guys haven't already kind of, seen this in fast food, a lot of times if you're brand new to a company, you get stuck with the crappy jobs, cleaning the bathrooms, taking out the garbage, emptying the grease trap, that kind of stuff. You get stuck with that kind of stuff, those kind of jobs when you're just starting out. Normally what happens with those kind of jobs that I have found out is it hadn't been done in a long time, or it hadn't been done right in a long time. So you're the one who was stuck doing it right. that is your job duty, and it's just terrible. It's like, dang, man, like this sucks. That happens a lot in fast food, that you get stuck with those kind of duties. Cleaning out garbage cans and stuff like that, just nasty stuff, and that's to be expected. Um, Low pay, crappy hours, crappy schedules. There's split schedules where you work in the morning for a few hours, you have like a break in the day, then they want you to come back and work the rest of the day or work to close or something like that. So you have that going on. But it's always something, it's just, your clothes, you always are smelling like your job. Even when you wash your clothes, your stuff still smells. It has that lingering odor of grease, and it just never leaves you, and it's just all over the place. It's in your hair, on your clothes, your skin, it's just a lot of little things. And I think as you get older, it becomes a non respectable job. Um, and if you want more for yourself, y'all, that should be something that you focus on, because you should never be content in anything that you do in life. You should always want to improve. And in working in fast food, that's normally the lower scale, the lower pay scale type jobs of employment, normally. And then there's your positions that you do that also play a factor in that. But so you have low pay, and then most people don't really like to work overnights. That's like the shift where all the older people are, and a lot of people just don't like it. It's you're working during the hours where you normally are sleeping and stuff like that. It's just like, it's not something that you look forward to. Nobody looks forward to that position, I don't think. I know I don't. So it's like, I'm doing this job with the old school mentality that I have, and that is, something's better than nothing. It'll add up, the little pennies that I'm getting, they'll add up eventually. Excuse me. And I don't really like being in that mindset. That's old school. That's old school, and it's kind of outdated and played out. Like, I want something better. There's ways for me to get better, and I want that. So, it's a slow process to gain anything substantial when you're working in fast food. So, you have low pay, crappy schedules. You know, what else? The hours are not always good. Um, Ugly, stupid uniforms. The hats. I really don't like wearing certain uniforms at our for employment places. Like, I don't like the hats are normally really dumb looking. Um, and with my hair, it's hard for me to, because we're supposed to wear hats and hairnets, and so with the amount of hair I have, it's hard to wear the hats, and they're like these Velcro strapped hats, and they're not really easy to put on my head because the Velcro sticks to my hair and it kind of, messes that up. And then you have to wear a hairnet. Well, to get all this hair to fit into a hairnet is not easy, guys. It's not. And then of course my locks are not all the same length. So it's a hassle. And I forgot to mention this. The reason why my hair is not in a hat or not even a period, I just got done washing it. And I'm planning on getting it done this weekend, Sunday. So I'm just getting my hair prepared for that, So that's what I normally do. So it's out drying, air drying right now. And that's why my hair looks like the way it looks. Anyways, so I'm just like, I'm over this, Sometimes or a lot of times, you guys, you got to tell people what they want to hear. We're all in this life, this world, and we're living this life. We're all, I'm sorry, I'm messing my words up, but we are all in this life living in this world individually. We all have our own agendas, our own lanes to be in. What works for one may not work for the other. But or whichever, I mean, we all have our own paths that we go through in life, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm just like, man, look, you know, times was hard, y'all. Times was hard a few months ago. I didn't have a job, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I had just left McDonald's to get a better job. And I thought that was gonna go well for me, and they ended up letting me go. It was a good job. I liked it. I liked the hours and everything, good pay. And then I only was there for about a month altogether, and then I was out. I was without. And so I needed something. And so, you know the saying, desperate times call for desperate measures. So when you are in a dire need, and you are, your back's against the wall, you're going to do whatever it takes, you know what I'm saying, to survive. And so I'm like, look, man, I'm throwing out applications, and I'm having these Zoom interviews, and I'm getting rejected left or right. I'm like, dang, man, like bills is piling up and stuff. And it's just like, you take anything, and so you start dumbing down your your interests and your wants. You want it. Okay, well, first, you were like, I want to have this amount of money an hour. Well, when all those jobs, you get rejected for them, so now you start to dumb down. Okay, well, shoot, you start to think desperate, like, well, I need something. So then you start taking like pennies. That's basically what actually, that's not what I did. It is, but it isn't. It was an upgrade from McDonald's. I was making like 10.50, 10.60 at McDonald's. And then when I left McDonald's and went to the Chinese food place, it was $14 there. So that was good. And then where I'm at now at Whataburger, it's at 12. So all in all, from McDonald's, it's been a good financial gain. But from my last place, it was not. And so I want to get back to that. I mean, 14 is kind of like the new 12. You know what I'm saying? Like it's better. It's much better than 12. But in today's economy and stuff like that, 14 is kind of like, you barely, you're barely getting, not barely getting by, but you're kind of comfortably getting by. If you're one deep, if you're just solo, you know what I'm saying, then 14 is comfortable. So yeah. So but yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to get back to, is that financial kind of like area. But like I said, to get this job, I had to just let them know something. I'm like, and I wasn't lying to them, but it's like, when they ask you certain questions, they put you on the spot, like, where do you see yourself in 5 years type thing, and you already know what they mean by that, what they're implying, or they will kind of give you some kind of like indirect like question that's pertaining to the longevity of you in the company. When you've been rejected from a lot of other places, what you say, you really just trying to sell yourself. You're trying to paint the best picture possible verbally, and so you just tell them, even if you were just lying your behind off, just they don't know that you're trying to get a job. So your mouthpiece is what is selling. That's the convincing part of that. So I'm like, as I look back on it now, I'm like, well, yeah, I don't regret telling these people all this, And then maybe if things were different at the job, my thought process might be a little different. But all in all, I only was planning this. I only needed this job as an avenue. This was like my starting point to my goals. That financially, that's what I needed to start setting up for my goals, is a good paying job, a better paying job. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but at my age, with my, like I said, with my job skills and the skills that I have, that I've attained over these years, working in fast food is embarrassing, because I'm dumbing way down for pennies to survive. And that's the reality, y'all. That's the reality of a lot of people, especially people in the South, where the minimum wage is terrible. It's been that way for a long time. But it's the struggle is real, because yeah, okay, the economy and the minimum wage is terrible, but everything else is going up. One thing is staying at the very low amount while everything else is skyrocketing up. It's just crazy. So stuff ain't making sense. And and you just feel like you're just trapped because you cannot make enough money. Your wants are always big. I was just thinking about this, y'all. Like, man, I got things that I wanted, like just getting my hair done. Man, that costs a lot of money. That's like 200 bones right there, depending on what I get or who or where I go. It's expensive. Okay, and then like what else, man? Like there's things that I want to get. There's things that I want to get, like want to get shoes. But my taste in shoes they're at least $1 and up. You know what I'm saying? So right there, that's almost half of my paycheck at the rate I'm at right now. So it's just like it's not easy. And then with my living situation, I have to buy groceries basically every 2 weeks, or every week to every 2 weeks. Well, then that's money, and that's not a huge cost, because monthly, if I average that into monthly, I'm actually less. I'm actually paying less weekly at that rate overall. So I mean, that's not a big deal. But I'm just saying, like the wants, wanting to get, hats, just random stuff. I want to get a new backpack, but the one I want to get is like $70. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I mean. Like, my wants are kind of expensive, and the thing is they have been piling up over these past few months, because I haven't been getting them because of other stuff that has been, I've had to put money towards, like responsibility wise and stuff. So it's like when you're not making much, it really kind of messes with your head, messes with your mind, because it's like, man, you start getting irritated, like, man. But that puts you in a mode to think, like, man, what can I do to make this situation better? How can I save? How can I, attain more of my income? So, yeah. Anyways, lastly, I went to Walmart after I got off of work, and I wanted to see if the bikes that I had seen online were at the store. Turns out I had some pretty good news. So I saw 2 bikes that I'm interested in getting. There was one really colorful bike, and it was $89.99 on the website, but it was shown to be picked up. It was a clearance bike, looked nice, and I had it in my cart. So I went there at Walmart. They had it there, but the price was like $130 something. So long story short, the agent, or the guy the worker that was there, he explained it to me. He saw on my phone that it did show the price, but he was saying, well, possibly it's you pay for it, you buy the bike online at that price, but you pick it up at the store. And I'm just like, okay, fine. I mean, whatever. I mean, I could actually buy it online in the store and then pick it up. It's just really weird. So that was one of the bikes there. Then another one that was a little bit more expensive. It had a little bit more tech, I guess you can say, on it. There was some suspension that it had. That's a good thing, especially riding when you're riding long distances and stuff like that. Especially for me, it had gears on it, multiple gears. The other bike only had one gear. It looked cool though. Really, I liked all the colors on it, but it had one gear, um, and skinny tires, skinny wheels. They were more replica of like 10 speed. Not a big problem. It's just that's what it was. Now, and it was now that bike was my size. The size wise, well, I guess it was my size. It seemed bigger. Now the other one, it was a little bit more expensive, not too much, but it's within my price range that I was going to spend on a bike. Like I said, it had two brakes, front and back, suspension. It had a cool design, the frame. But yeah, so those are the two bikes. One of the ones that I could have got, I think I could have got them both. Not both. I could have got either of those bikes today, but I just chose not to. I get paid later on, so I plan to buy the bike tomorrow. Now they don't come; they're already assembled. So all I would need to do is, because some of the bikes they have flat tires. Like those ones had flat tires. So I am not going to buy a pump. Instead, I'm going to walk the bike up the street to the gas station where I will buy air to put into the tires that way. And so that's what I will do. Now there's two things. Yeah. Anyways, I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not gonna get into that because that's babbling, and I don't need you guys. You guys don't need to hear the babbling. But yeah. So I plan to get this bike tomorrow morning, which will be great because I can put a stop to my lifts tomorrow morning. Which means I would have just one more lift ride, and that would be the ride into town tomorrow. And then if I get this bike, then I will plan to ride that bike to work tomorrow. I'm going to buy a lock. That way I can lock the bike up safely. I think either of the bikes do come with the reflectors, but I want to get a light for one of my bikes, or for the bike. I want to get I want to get a light for it. And then maybe a horn. I don't know, but I do want to get a light, some kind of light thing, maybe for the back or the front. But we'll see. So that's the good news, y'all. It's been a good day. It's been a really good day. And so I have the night off. I'm going to relax the rest of my day. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I need to kind of speak about anything else in my content. For any of y'all that are watching the videos, if y'all want to know about anything specifically for me to talk about in these videos, let me know. I can make more complaint videos if you like. I like to mix it up though. I don't like to be so negative about stuff, but I continue, talking about struggles and things of that nature. But like I said, I want to engage with my audience. If there's anything specifically that y'all want me to, to talk about or to mention, feel free to let me know. But I want to keep on bringing y'all, good content. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff to know about Whataburger. I can talk about details like, what happens on a day-to-day, when I go into work, what do I do or whatever, you know what I'm saying? What's to be done at Whataburger? What are the areas there and stuff like that? I could talk about all that. I have no problems with that at all, y'all. I don't want to bore you guys or anybody like that, but I know that there's a lot of people in the YouTube universe that watches my videos or watches videos, period. So if it doesn't work for one, it works for someone else. That's the beauty of YouTube. It's nationwide and all that. So, but anyways, y'all, I appreciate y'all stopping by, checking out this video, checking out my channel. Spread the word, y'all. If you guys liked my content, y'all want to know more, or y'all want more content, spread the word. Tell people about my channel. Help me grow. Like this video. Comment, subscribe, all of that. If you guys want to be notified when I'm making these videos, make sure that you guys click that bell so you guys can get the notifications when I make them. I'm going to try to figure out a specific time. Now that I can see that I'm not always coming back home from work at the same time, I'm going to try to figure out what would be a better set time for me to upload my videos, so that way you guys aren't missing out and stuff like that. Although if you guys are getting notified, if you guys have that notification bell, you guys will get notified regardless of when my videos are posting. But I want to kind of make this more professional and stuff like that, and just make sure that I'm keeping my videos, being posted for people to view at least around that same time, because I was doing them in the mornings around the 8 o'clock time and stuff like that. I think you guys were probably getting them maybe around 10, but I was doing the videos around 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. But like I said, sometimes I'm not always, I don't always come back home and all that. So I got to keep that kind of in mind. But anyways, like I said, y'all, you guys are great. For all my subscribers out there, I appreciate you guys. And you guys, feel free to comment, all you subscribers of mine, y'all know me. So, mention me or comment, say what's up, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, y'all know me, man. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Be cool like that. But like I said, if y'all know anybody out there that might be interested in any of the content that I'm making, feel free to spread that word. Or y'all know people, just tell people to come check out my channel. Subscribe. It don't even cost y'all anything. It doesn't take any effort. Just help me out, y'all. Come on, man. Anyways, I'm Henri. This is Destinations Unknown 75. Y'all have been great, and y'all take it easy.